Hey you guys, so I wanted to come on here for a quick minute to discuss this article I came across where it looks like Odell Beckham Jr. has an arrest warrant out for slapping a security officer on his posterior. So, okay, by now you guys are kind of familiar with the type of content that I make in regards to interactions with people from the dominant society, so it should come as no surprise to you what my commentary will be centered around, but let's just go ahead and get into it. All right, so it says here that an arrest warrant for simple battery has been issued for Cleveland Browns and former LSU wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr., according to NOLA.com. Beckham was caught on camera slapping a Superdome security officer on the butt following LSU's college football playoff national championship win over Clemson on Monday after the officer warned LSU players that they would be subject to arrest if they continue to smoke cigars in the LSU locker room. And then it says here there is video of the incident courtesy of SI.com's Ross Dellinger. So there looks like that there's a tweet here that contains like what appears to be like a GIF of the incident taking place. And as you can see, it was a quick movement, but I mean, I'll let you guys just kind of see for a few more seconds. So as you can see, it looked like that he quickly did it, and I'm not sure if there was any kind of like force or pressure applied behind it, but I mean, it kind of looked like it was just like standard to me. But one thing that I just kind of want to I kind of want to say here for a quick second, just because I want to pause before I go any further. Okay, so obviously anyone with common sense knows that to go to this degree of punishment, I feel is excessive. I mean, at most, he could have received some form of verbal warning, probably just to kind of refrain from any kind of inappropriate contact in the future, like maybe like a small coaching. But let me just reserve my thoughts for the end of this article. So moving on, it says here, according to NOLA.com, authorities originally attempted to charge Beckham with misdemeanor sexual battery, but a local judge denied it. And then it says here, underneath Louisiana Statute 14.34.2, states that individuals guilty of simple battery of a police officer shall be fined not more than $500 and imprisoned not less than 15 days, nor more than 6 months without benefit of suspension of sentence. The Browns released a statement on the matter, noting that Beckham and his representatives are working with the proper authorities to appropriately handle the situation. So it shows also a little bit more. The article talks about the video that shows Beckham slapping the officer is just one of several incidents involving the NFL star in the minutes following LSU's 42-25 win that earned the Tigers their first national title since 2007. It says that Beckham was seen handing out cash to players on the field during the post-game celebration. Quarterback Joe Burrow said Wednesday on Pardon My Take, which I'm assuming that's probably like a show or a segment, that he received some of the cash from Beckham. The school initially said that the money was fake, but released a statement on Wednesday that says that it is looking into it. So I want to pause briefly again for a moment. Now, one thing I want to say at this point, Odell is obviously playing with fire in this situation. You can't behave with such misconduct and expect for it to be met with little to no consequences, especially when we talk about behavior in the presence of the larger society. So let me go ahead and just finish reading the rest of this. So it says here, we are aware of the situation regarding Odell Beckham Jr. interacting with LSU student athletes and others unaffiliated with the team following the championship game Monday night. The statement read, initial information suggested bills that were exchanged were novelty bills. Information and footage reviewed since shows apparent cash may have also been given to LSU student athletes. We were in contact with the NCAA and the SEC immediately upon learning of the situation in which some of our student athletes may have been placed in a compromising position. We are working with our student athletes, the NCAA, and the SEC in order to rectify the situation. Beckham also walked into the middle of the band section and tried to get on the band director's ladder. After several minutes of arguing, he was escorted out of the stands by a police officer. So that is the End of the article. So I just want to go ahead and just wrap this video up with my final commentary. So I don't feel sorry for Odell Beckham Jr. and here's why. I've actually made this known for quite some time now about how it is we have to be very cautious in the realm of white supremacy, more specifically in the eyes of the ones who have full power on their side. Now, I'm not saying to become obsequious to appease their interests or to make them think we are subservient to their whiteness, but what I am saying is that when dealing with people who possess a large amount of power, you have to really think strategically. Don't be so foolish to go and make irrational decisions that can compromise your career and potentially land you in the criminal justice system. And another thing too that I just kind of want to digress for a moment. If you guys actually remember the video, I want to say I did on the school to prison pipeline. I think that's the one. And how I stated that certain behaviors caused by Black students could cause them to go further and further down the pipeline, with the final consequence being prison. And that same system actually has similarities in other aspects of life. With this outlandish and erratic behavior, the people from the dominant society don't have any problem, and they're not fearful to exert their power as needed to take you down for your comportment. And again, this isn't a bashing campaign, but it does have a trickle-down effect when you think about it. If other Black people think to become this emboldened and make similar moves, then they too also will face similar penalties, which can be very harsh. And the message for other Black people is to not act ridiculous, especially, again, like I said, in the presence of the larger society, because you have to understand that they have the power of the law on their side as well. And I think a lot of our people either don't care to acknowledge this, or they just choose to remain in their naivete about people from the dominant society accepting them as friends. And one thing I want to say, just kind of make sure that you guys weigh in below with your thoughts on this as well too, but I just kind of want to leave this off with a question. So do you feel sorry for Odell Beckham Jr., or are you at a point where you're just like, at this point, they should know better by now when it comes to dealing with the larger society? So make sure you guys weigh in below in the comments section, subscribe, like, and share the video, and I will talk to you guys later.